Morning and happy Monday, high school students. This is Mrs. Corey, your high school counselor. This video is also going out to our 8th grade VAVA students who will be rising 9th graders. We're looking forward to having you in the high school next year. So I just wanted to take a minute to introduce myself. I am the counselor that helps you with your academic planning, make sure that you are on time for graduation, and then also helps with any college or career readiness questions as you make your way through VAVA. As most of you know, we'll be having grades 9 through 11 next year, so we're very excited to be adding another year to our high school. And I really wanted to send out this video to thank you guys for your participation in the course selection survey that I sent out last week. We had great responses, great participation, and I really thank you guys for taking the time to do that. It gives us a great perspective on what it is we need to add next year. As we look at adding a lot of elective courses, we will also be adding some AP courses next year, and I know some of you are excited about opportunities to accelerate, to move through high school a little bit faster. I had a lot of questions on the survey, and I thought I would take a minute to answer just a few of those, and then to also let you know about what other resources are available for you to look up some of those questions that you had on the surveys. So to start, we are going to offer dual enrollment with community colleges next year. So students who are in, or I guess students who are going into 10th or 11th grade will have the opportunity take courses over the summer or even during the school year at their local community college for college credit if that's something they're looking into. We will have some requirements that we will go over in an orientation session coming up, but I did want to let you know that that's something we are going to be offering. Again, the AP courses will be something we're adding on next year. Students who take an AP or an advanced placement course will also have the opportunity to earn college credit. In order to earn credit, you do have to pass an exam at the end of the course, but that is another way that those students who are looking to get ahead can get some college credits. And then also, they have the opportunity to boost up their GPA. Our advanced placement courses are weighted, which means that instead of receiving 4.0 points for an A, you would actually receive 5.0. So it is possible for our high school students to graduate VAVA with above a 4.0 GPA. And of course, that looks great for colleges to see those high GPAs. So we are excited to be offering those courses. And then in addition, we do have a flexible schedule, which allows our students to work at their own pace. And for those students particularly who are looking at the standard diploma, 22 credit hours, it's very easy to do those 22 credit hours in less than 4 full years. It may be that your senior year, you're only taking 1 or 2 courses and you could be working at a job or taking classes at a community college to help move forward with your high school diploma and your career plans as well. So those are very exciting things. I do want to let you know that of the hundreds of questions I received, the majority can be answered by looking at the graduation plan that was sent out in the Finding Your Path course. And this applies to our 9th and 10th graders. If you go to Finding Your Path, at the beginning of the year, I sent out graduation requirements to all students. So there is a PDF there for you to look at and see the differences between the advanced studies and the standard diploma. In addition to that, there was a slideshow that had frequently asked questions. Why would I want to do an advanced studies diploma? What are the main differences? How does this affect college readiness? There's a lot of questions there that can be answered just by flipping through that slideshow that was presented earlier in the school year. Now, we are also going to have an orientation session, one for our rising 9th graders. So that is our current 8th grade students at VAVA who will be high schoolers next year. That orientation session is going to be on Wednesday, April 11th at 1 o'clock. You'll be receiving more information via email from our high school administrator, Mr. Kenny Moles, later in the next week or two, I would say, that gives more information about that session and what we're going to cover. But it's basically a welcome to high school session. And we will answer a lot of questions about graduation requirements. The state of Virginia is actually changing some of the graduation requirements for our incoming 9th graders. So learning coaches, if you have a current 9th or 10th grader at VAVA, your rising 8th grader may have slightly different standards than your current student. So it'll be important to attend that session to learn a little bit about the changes that are coming up this year. They're great changes. I think it's going to really benefit our student, and we're looking forward to that. For our current 9th and 10th graders, your orientation session will be held on Thursday, April 11th at 1 p.m. And again, this will be an opportunity to go over the graduation requirements, some new policies we're putting in place. Again, a lot of that applies to our dual enrollment with community colleges, some of the AP courses and different things like that. So I think you'll really benefit from that session. And I think a lot of the questions that were presented on the survey will be answered in the orientation. So I really encourage everyone to attend that. It's very important that you know all of our plans and policies going forward. Now, I want to let you know one more thing. We are going to be working on graduation planning documents. And what this is, I'm going to provide each individual student with a document that shows how many credit hours you have already earned and how many credit hours you have remaining on the graduation plan that you have selected. Now, I do know that not everyone has selected a graduation plan. We have the Advanced Studies Diploma and the Standard Diploma. If you marked undecided, we are going to put you in the Standard Diploma category with the idea that if you ever decide you want to move up to the Advanced Studies Diploma, which has 26 rather than 22 credit hours, you can always change your diploma plan as you want to, as you go on through your high school career. So we do have options there, but this document is going to show this student, John Smith, wants to do an Advanced Studies Diploma. And in order to do that, he needs to have X number of credit hours through the years. It'll show how many credit hours you have already attained and how many are left in each subject area. So it'll be a great resource for you to see where you stand and what you still need to accomplish in order to graduate. And then we'll look at a plan of what courses you should take which year in order to accomplish your goal. This will be done on an individual basis. So a lot of the questions that I received on the survey were very individual questions. What should I take next year in this category? Or how many more credit hours do I need in world language, for example? Those questions will be answered on an individual basis when we set up our conferences. That'll be at the end of April and throughout the month of May. So I will send out a sign-up genius for our current 9th and 10th grade students to go through that plan. 8th graders, as you go into high school next year, most of your classes will already be set for you. We have several required courses. You will have the option to choose among a couple different electives, the art and the foreign language and the career and technical education courses. So we'll go through that together, but I think it's going to be a lot more simple for you to make your course selections once we know exactly which courses are going to be offered. So again, thank you for taking the time for the survey. That's going to be very helpful. And we're looking forward to the classes that we have ahead for the very next year. So again, watch for those orientation emails to come out soon, and then I will set up the individual conferences so that before the end of the school year, everyone has a very clear picture of what they need to accomplish going forward. Thank you so much for your time, and for those of you who have other questions that you feel need to be answered prior to the orientation, the best way to get a hold of me is via email. That is Corey@vavirtual.org. And I will say that Corey does not have an E in it. It's A and then CORY@vavirtual.org. I look forward to hearing from you guys. And again, I'm sorry that I'm not able to respond to every one of the hundreds of emails or requests that I had on the survey with different questions. I don't have the time to do that right now because I'm getting those individual plans set up. But again, if it's urgent, please email me and we'll try to walk through those. I do have a handful of parents that I plan to get back to this week who had specific questions that were more urgent and not general information that'll be talked about in the orientation. So I hope that that's helpful. Thank you guys for taking the time to listen to this video, and I look forward to working with you guys for the remainder of the year. And welcome to our rising 9th graders. I'm looking forward to working with you at VAVA in the years to come. Thank you.